Students, the practice at home for lung field manufacturing. In this question, you can make the practice at home, but just I will give you a hint here. The earnings per share is 1.80, where the whole amount is paid as dividend. Therefore, calculate the cost of capital from here. Price is there, dividend per share is there, and growth is 0. There is no growth given in this question with these expectations of no growth. That's why put the formula d1 divided by p0 plus growth. d1 divided by p0 plus growth. d1 divided by p0 plus growth is equal to how much? 1.8, the dividend, divided by P0 is given in the question, 24, plus growth is 0 given in the question, is equal to how much? It is 7.5%. This will be the cost of capital for lung field. So R of lung field is equal to 7.5%. Now the question says, we'll go back to the question again. Now the management is now rethinking. It is seeing that new investment opportunity is giving 15% return. So company is thinking now holding 25%, paying 75%. Before it was paying all the 100%. Now what company is thinking? Now I will write here, company is rethinking. Company rethinking. To pay what? Rethinking to pay 75% and hold 25% as retained earning. And 75% will be the dividend. If that is the case, what will be the dividend now? Then new expected dividend will be is equal to how much? The we know the earning per share was 1.8 is equal to $1.8 multiplied with 75% is the dividend payout ratio, will be equal to 1.35. New dividend will be $1.35. So 1.8 is the dollar. If this is the case, you will have new growth. Your cost of capital remains the same. That is 7.5%. There is no change in the cost of capital given in the question. But the growth rate, expected growth rate, with the change in the payout policy, the expected growth rate will be is equal to the formula retention rate multiplied by return on new investment. Retention rate is how much? Given retained earning 25%. 25% multiplied by 15%. The new growth opportunity, the retention, the new return on investment will be 15% given in the question. So 25% multiplied by 15% is equal to 3.75%. Where it is given? It is given in the question. Next, second point. Return on new investment would be 15%. So 25% retention multiplied by 15% is equal to 3.75%. Now, using this growth, you have cost of capital, Now you can calculate the expected price. Expected price will be, after the change, expected price P0 is equal to D1 divided by R minus G. That's the dividend discount model formula. D1 divided by R minus G. That is equal to, D1 is how much? New dividend is $1.35. $1.35 divided by R minus G. R is how much? In the top you have calculated 7.5%. 7.5% minus G is 3.75%. Of course, this is homework, but we have gone detail, we have done it. Anyway, no problem. So that is equal to, it will be amounting to $36. The new price will be $36. Now question is, when the 100% dividend was paid earlier, when 100% dividend was paid, the stock price was only, I think, 24. Was $24. Now, because company retained 25%, the stock price, the expected stock price went up to $36. And why it happened so? Because it is a profitable growth. $36. Now, why? The question is why? Answer is, the growth is profitable growth here. Profitable growth. Why profitable growth? Because, bracket, let me write it, the cost of capital is 7.5%, whereas the expected growth from the new investment is 15%. The growth expected is 15%, which is far higher than cost of capital 7.5%. 7.5%. Growth is bracket. So, because the growth is much higher than the cost of capital, it is a profitable growth. When it is a profitable growth, what it is suggested? Retain more and pay less will make your stock price higher. But if the same thing, unprofitable growth, so if it is the unprofitable growth, the reverse will be correct. If it is unprofitable growth, you should pay more, retain less. Let us see how it works. So this is clear. I think the next two, this one, because it was practice at home, you can again check it at home, and if you have any further question, you can also ask me. But this is the way we calculate the growth for a company, and we compare with the cost of capital. If the cost of capital becomes less than the growth, then what we do? We pay less, retain more, like here. With 25% retention, stock price increased by $12. Before it was $24, now it is $36. But if it is unprofitable growth, how it happens? Let us go to the next slides to answer this question. This question has been answered here, unprofitable growth. Come to this question now. What happens here? Suppose Longfield Manufacturing decides to cut its dividend payout to 50% to invest in new stores. And suppose the return on these new investment is 8% rather than 15%. See, there we have taken growth as 15%, cost of capital 7.5%. The growth is twice the cost. But here reversed. Now the growth will reduce to 8%. Now cost of capital also, see, now the changes are being done here like this. How? We will copy from there so that only data we will change here. You see here, for example, now let us put it. Cost of capital, how you calculate? D1 divided by P0 plus growth. D1 here is expected dividend is he's saying changed to $2, and the price of the stock is as it is 24. So D24 plus growth is 0, right? So give the expected earnings per share is $2. Expected earnings is $2, and the cost of capital is 8.33%. Why? So 2 divided by 24 is equal to 8.33%. See, 2 divided by 24 is equal to no more 7.5. It will be 8.33%. Okay, now new cost of capital changed. Now what happened? Because of maybe new market condition, new competitors came, your earning increased. From 1.8, your earning became 2. Your share price is the same, 24, but your growth is 0. Then your cost of capital became 8.33%. Now what happened? Now the company is planning to pay 50%, retain 50%. So 50% rethinking to pay 50% and retain 50%. All right. So this is the pay 50% and retain 15% is the new plan. Company is planning now 50-50. The new expected dividend will be how much? $2. New earning is $2 multiplied by 50% of $2 is equal to $1 is the new dividend. Expected growth will be how much? Expected growth will be equal to retention rate multiplied by return on new investment. Retention rate is 50%. Return on new investment is, I think, 8%. It is new return on investment is, I think, 8%. Yeah, the return on new investment is 8% rather than 15%. So we will have 50% multiplied by 8% is equal to 4%. Now expected price will be how much? Expected dividend that we have calculated above, $1 divided by cost of capital. Cost of capital new calculated above is 8.33% minus cost of capital is equal to 4%. So 1 divided by, so open your calculator, do it please. 8%, 8.33 minus 4 is equal to 4.33%. So $1 divided by 4.33% is equal to 23 point, new price will be equal to 23.09, or maybe we can say 23.10. So new price became 23.10. Earlier price when 100% dividend was paid, the price was 24. Now because company retained 50%, the expected stock price went down. See, went down. to how much? 23.10. Same company, same thing, and it became changed 23.1. Why? Because the growth is unprofitable growth, non profitable or unprofitable growth. Why unprofitable growth? Because the growth now is no more 15%, it is 8%. And the cost of capital is no more 7.5%, it is 8.33%. So this way, I just changed the slides provided so that you can have a better understanding in all one place. Solution of the problem is unprofitable growth. That's also it was practice question. You can do the given question in practice at home. So the previous question you can practice at home. I hope it is clear to all of you. So how the profitable growth suggests to pay less, retain more. Unprofitable growth suggests the reverse. Pay more, retain less. Because you don't have any profitable option to invest. So why you will hold the shareholders' money? Distribute. If you have profitable growth, why you will hold, why you will pay them dividend and they will again pay the tax? Better you keep it with you and reinvest. You have a better option to invest. 15% in the previous example we have seen for the same company. 15%. Investor is expecting 7.5%. Why he will take and invest somewhere else 7.5%? You keep it. You get 15%. Give him 15% later. So that is the kind of basic logic. If the growth is high, retain and reinvest. If growth is low, pay them, don't retain. This is the way we do the previous. You can, the same unprofitable growth, we have taken the question for crane sporting goods, and here what happened, same thing, 75% to invest new stores, but the return on investment is no more 12%. The return on new investment will be 8%. Then your price will be 56.25. Why it happened so? When it was paying 100%, the price was $60. But when it started paying 75%, retaining 25% and investing the retention in 8% growth, then the stock price became 56.25. Why it happened so? Shareholders could know that you are holding their money and investing in a project which will give 8%. They are expecting 10%, you are paying them 8%. So the demand for the stock will go down and the price will fall in the market. This is the way the profitable and unprofitable growth works in the market. Now we will see this. Let me stop the recording here.